Alright, here we are for the final of Kart Stars Round 1 at Goodwood 2025. The pre-final, once again, only recorded the start. Not even the start, rolling up to the start. I mean, it's in my favor, I guess. It was one of my worst formation laps I've ever done in my life. But yeah, I'll explain quick why I'm 8th rather than in the top 3. The pre-final, I end up spinning out on the turn 4 coming out of it somehow. I'm not even sure how still. And then I couldn't remember how the penalties worked for formation lines and stuff, so I just sent it right back to my spot. I think I get back to it right where I am on the track right now, which is way too late, but I was like, well, I'll just take the penalty rather than racing all the crazies in the back and potentially not finishing. Penalty ended up being about 16 spots, but you know what, I think I made the right choice, especially with how aggressive some drivers are in these races. So yeah, we got a good start here. Safe so far. Gonna push the 490 through, and then going to get through on turn 4 here. Nothing to see here. Just a little bit of payback, and then we're gonna follow through Zach a little bit, but we end up getting pinched on the outside, and Kevin sneaks through both of us, so I get dropped down to 7th. And then at this point, I'm just trying to slot back in and get into the line here, get in behind Zach, and hopefully we can push our way to the front. But one thing I notice going through halfway of this next lap is I notice I have a lot more grip than these two guys. So I end up making the decision rather than pushing to make some moves. So you're about to see that. The closing speed into turn 4 was one indicator, and then into turn 5 here I was having to lift a lot more than I would hope, and into 6. So that just kind of told me, like, yes, I could push them, probably make them go faster, but is it going to get me the optimal spot or make me lose too much time in the race? And I decided that would make me lose too much time. So I go for a move on Zach here. I get through. And then now we're going to set off after the 411, Kevin, and see if we can slingshot past him and get to the next guy. Is essentially the thinking I have here. Use the draft, and then hopefully that gives me enough overspeed to get to the next draft kind of thing. But the gap to the next group here is a little big, so it will be tough. But Kevin seems to hold his own here in pace-wise. It's taking me a little longer to get up to him. But I do end up closing the gap quite a bit into this turn, and now we're definitely in his draft. And then going in through 9, this is where I was beating a lot of people the last few weeks. And then going up the hill, I think I had to lift a little bit, so I lost a little momentum, but I do catch him at the end of the straight here. I'm able to push. But my idea now is to hopefully get him into turn 4, and here we go, and I do get him. It was a bit of a tighter one than I hoped, but we got through, no problem, no contact. And now we're going to set off after the top 4 here. You can see first place is starting to leave this group a little bit, which means seconds either making mistakes or just doesn't have the pace. He's got 2 carts behind him, so they should be able to keep up, but yeah, it looks like they're getting left a little bit. And this just makes my urgency a little worse, because then I still have to get through these guys and catch them before I can even get after first place. So yeah, not looking great for first, but podium definitely still in the cards. Although they do start to work together a little bit down that straightaway, and you can see the gap probably got a little bit bigger, but I'm going to try and close it down here through the tight stuff and see if we can catch some of their draft, and hopefully that doesn't happen again. We seem pretty stagnant right now. I don't see myself gaining as much as I'd like, but we are gaining a little bit through the tight stuff. And then this is where we're going to lose again, but that's okay. I think Ellie ends up having an issue here at a few laps, or this lap, I can't remember, and He slows them down enough where I end up getting a draft. Although first place does get away. Come through. Oh, yep, there it is. Yep. So I don't know what chain or engine or what. Some sort of issue, and that just kind of slowed them up that little bit, took their momentum away, and I gained quite a bit, and first place also gained quite a bit. So yeah, you at least gained like 4 carts there. A little unfortunate, but I think the name of the game now is just trying to get into the podium positions. We are halfway through the race, unfortunately, so my head is starting to turn that way now, and luckily third place is impatient enough to make a move, and that gives us a little more hope, and we are very much close now. And that's going to be Kevin May in front of me, who I always try and race clean because he races me clean, and for the most part, I can't see how he races anyone else on the track really, but from what I've heard, he races everybody pretty clean, so this is a driver I'm going to try and do the same. Coming through here, I want to get through these guys and maybe have a crack at first, even though it's very much a long shot. So I'm not going to be the most patient in the world. I should have been a little more patient here, and I'm going to make a move on Kevin that was on for a second, and then it was very much off. And I bumped him in the side pod and sent him a bit wide. He did stay on the track, but slowed him down horribly, and then I ended up gaining an advantage from it, which, I wish I could have slowed down enough to not, because I ended up getting a penalty, but if I did, I also would have lost second place, which, with how he drives me, I don't want that to happen, as you're about to see how he drives me. It's not very nice. So he's going to try and send me over this curb here, and I end up getting the move done. I'm not sure why he's taking it upon himself to try and take me out every time we come in contact on the track. I mean, the only incidents I've had with him is when he makes mistakes and I get into the back of him, especially in this turn right here. I see him do it with everybody, mistake after mistake. So, hey, if you want to be mad at me for that, go ahead. But anytime I try and pass you, it's proper, and I'm not trying to kill you at the same time. So, lesson there. Always try and be the bigger person and just try and race them, and you're going to make them look silly. Because if you start playing their game, all you're going to do is start a demolition derby. Neither of you are gonna finish, and you just wasted a bunch of money. So, not worth it. Better to just race them. Make them understand that you're not here to play games. You're just here to race and be competitive. And if they have a problem with you, talk about it. Don't try and see how badly you can hurt or damage the other person's cart or person. So, but they end up staying with me through these few laps here because they smarten up and start pushing. So I'm going to have him throw one in here, which I knew was coming, and I wasn't going to fight it too much because I knew the way he was driving me, and just let him have his moment. He's half defending going into these corners, which it's the end of the race, so that's fine. But I just don't want to bring anyone else into this fight. But it's going to happen, especially with this driving. Defending there, cutting over, it's fine. Shoulder checking, so I know he's going to defend probably over the line here. So I'm just going to go in, but I know he's going to cut across. So I'm just going to try and over-under him here. Don't get a long enough side, and then I remember how he drove me the previous lap over that curb, so I was like, yep, that's not a good idea. And then here, not sure why he opened the door, but thank you. I'll take that. And that's how you get back at people who race you like shit. You just pass them. Pass them clean, make them feel silly, and he gets so frantic, he ends up getting into it with people behind, and I don't even think he finishes, or he doesn't finish on the podium, that's for damn sure. So, Yeah, a little lesson there. Keep calm. No point getting into a big old battle as I didn't, and look what I got from it. I ended up getting, second on track, but third after all said and done with Kevin. I got a penalty there, which, totally acceptable because, yeah, I was the one initiating the pass. I didn't know what the penalty was for at first, so I did look into it with the official just to be like, just to understand what I did. And once I knew it was for Kevin, I, went and talked to him, and he was fully willing to give me the position. But no, I'll take the hit on that one. That was my fault. And I'm not really into this championship for points, so yeah, didn't fight that one. Third place is totally fine with me. And yeah, on to the next series, which I believe the next one would be CK&A. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.